Hello guys, what's up? How's
Welcome
life?
to MB Insider, where magic happens. So, starting with the introduction, I am Muskan Agarwal. I did my undergraduation in economics honors from Delhi University. Post that, I joined IIM Shillong as a fresher, and now I'm working in a corporate for approximately 2 years.
So hi guys, I'm Shubhadeep and I completed my engineering in 2019. Post which I worked in the IT services industry for 2 years and then I joined IIM Shillong after completing my MBA. I am currently working in the corporate sector for almost 2 years now. Even the last video was mostly on introducing ourselves and our YouTube channel and what all we are going to focus on over the course of the entirety of the channel. So this video, as you can see from the title below, will be mainly focusing on the next 6 or 7 or 8 months that you have on hand before your CAT or other entrance examinations that you might be sitting for, and how you can really improve your CV, improve your CV pointers, add more points in your CV, and strengthen your CV to a point so that you are by the time you are completing CAT and you are going to sit for an interview, you have those points ready on hand. Right. So I think that is what we are mainly going to focus on, right? And so the first point will be going to be taken up by Muskan.
The first point, let's start with the academics. Academics play a major role, not just in your interview shortlist process, but also during your interview as well. Let me start with the harsh reality. A good SCAT score does not mean that you will get a short shortlist in any B school. Any B school or any IM particularly follows a certain criteria. That is a summation of your CAT score, your undergraduation marks, then your work ex, and anything else depending from university to university. Being a fresher, I was not going to get any work ex marks. So I had to maximize my chances through my CATS, personal interview, and CAT score. So academics played a major role not just in my interview shortlist process, but also during my personal interview round as well. Being an economics graduate, I was grilled on various economic subjects. So I believe that if any fresher is appearing for any B school interview, be thorough with the undergraduation course, and you should be able to convince the interview that you are academically fit and you know your undergraduation courses. Shubhdeep, you can
Uh,
take it forward.
right. So I'll be mainly speaking from my point of view. So those of you guys who are having a work experience, so please don't assume, it's a request from my end. The academics will not play an important role during your interviews just because you are having work experience and whatever the industry the interviewer out there questions you regarding the industry or the job you are having, you'll be able to answer all everything from starting to the end. But you should realize that the first thing that appears on your CV or resume are those grades at the top of your resume sheet. So that is the first thing that the interviewer will have his eyes set upon. And so if I take my example, so I had a bit of a dip from my school to my undergraduate degree. So I had a 9 and a 8 and then a 7. So once the interviewer saw that grades at the top of this top of my resume, so he started grilling me on it. And so what I mean to say is you should be thorough, first of all, as Muskan said, with your academics, even if you are having work ex. But the most important thing I believe is consistency. So having that consistency, and even if you are not having that consistency, if there's a dip and even in your CV, you should be able to explain and convince the interviewer. So these were the reasons behind, my not my dip in marks or any issues that you might be having as a result of that. So the main takeaway from this is you having this 6 or 7 months period, you should be going ahead and revising those chapters or subjects or courses that you pursued during your undergraduate degree, and recall those things from time to time so that by the time you are appearing for an interview, you are able to answer the questions in front of the interviewer.
So let's move on to the second point, which we think is very important, are internships, live projects, and certification. Starting with internships first, MBA is all about industry experience. So in any MBA class, you are not taught through your any bookish language, but it is always through case studies and also and real life scenarios. So definitely a work ex guy who actually have that real life, who have actually done a real job, will have an edge over any fresher guy who has who has just gone through the undergraduate degree, the 10th, 12th. So in order to explain the interviewer that any fresher person is at par with any work ex guy is through internships. So I would suggest that if you are a fresher, definitely go for an internship. And also, not just that, if you are clear in the domain that you are interested in. For example, there are various domains that you can apply in your MBA journey. There is sales and marketing, finance, operations, IT. If you have a clarity that which domain you are interested in, you should do internship in that particular domain. Speaking about myself, I was not very clear. I was confused between sales and marketing and finance, so I did internships in both the domains so that I can have a clarity, and it's okay to tell the interviewer that at this point of time you are not very clear in the domain that you are interested in, but during your MBA journey you will definitely have that clarity when you read about the case studies.
Right. So I'll be taking up the next point, which is live project. So a lot of you guys might not be aware of what a live project actually is. But just to cut it short, a live project, you can consider it as a subset of an internship. So an internship can generally range between 2 to 6 months or even more than that. Live projects, however, generally last till the lifetime of the project, which can be anywhere between 1 to 2 months at max. In general, it doesn't last more than that. Secondly, internships are, when you are pursuing an internship, you are almost like you are having a full-time job, only sort of shorter duration. You're interacting with every department, you're interacting with the manager, reporting to that guy, you're interacting with a lot of people around you, having that internship. A live project, however, you really are working on a particular project, a particular experiment you can consider, which is lasting for around 1 to 2 months. So that particular guy will take you in, will mold you, and you will be able to experience firsthand how to take a project from 0 to 1. That is right from the project inception or ideation till the time the project gets completed. So by doing that, you'll have an idea of how projects or what gets done in the corporate world in real life. Right. So I think a live project is something that can be taken up by a WorkX guy because that is something that he has not done previously as well. And of course, a fresher as well as Muskan was telling about. So the
Yeah.
next point I think Muskan will take up.
So the next thing are certifications. If you have the time, you should definitely go for certifications. There are many sites like Coursera, LinkedIn that can provide you a certification. We have also added that in the description section below. So just go and have a look. You can do a domain specific certification as well. So speaking about my experience, that we and Shubhadeep have seen in our IM batch as well. So the people who were interested in finance, they did certifications in CFM. They gave CFA. They were actually appearing for CFA. So they have a slight edge over a person, any person who has just gone through BCom honors. So that not just help you in your B school interview process, but also during your summer internships and in final placements as well. Other than that, MS Office is also a major tool that is required in your B school journey and also in the corporate world as well. So you can do various courses on MS Office in order to improve your Excel skills and your PowerPoint skills.
Yeah, so I think we covered mostly the most important parts or aspects or pointers that you need or you can work upon over this course of the next few months. But one thing we both will be next talking about are, one section which generally gets overlooked by people and guys like you who are really appearing for the CAT or appearing for MBA next year. Uh, it's the section we call it hobbies. So hobbies or something, anything that you love to do in your free time, or it may be, uh, you know, uh, uh, a an interest that you have in some other thing, some other stuff other than the daily classes or work that you are pursuing. So what we mean to say is the interviewer will start off by asking you to go him through your entire CV, right? And sometimes he might mention as well, "Ki, tell me something which is not there in your CV." So that is an indication that he wants you to drive this particular interview. So when you do that, you can focus on stuff that you can be that are more in your comfort zone. More comfortable answering things about. So if you mention something related to hobbies, you have achieved something in your particular interest zone, you can share that with the interview, and the interview will definitely get impressed, and the interview will definitely shift to that direction as well. So if I take my example, so I mentioned that I have an interest in football. So once I did that, the interviewer started asking me all sorts of questions related to football, the clubs I support, you know, uh, the games I follow regularly on television or any other medium, and he even asked me one case study regarding the entire. He showed me a basic scenario of a situation wherein your club, for example, the favorite club you support, the club you're supporting is struggling in a particular domain recently over the course of the last 4 or 5 years, and how, if you are the manager of the football club or in a senior management position, how you can take that club, improve the circumstances, and take the club back to where it belongs. So all of those things, they really test you on situations which are going to be helpful post your MBA as well. Muskan can share her thoughts as well and experiences as well.
Very well said by Shubhadeep. But everyone can relate from one proverb that we have read in our childhood as well, that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. MBA is actually driven by that theory. They don't want a person who is not just academically fit, but also a person who has an edge in extracurricular activities as well. So never ever underestimate your hobbies. So speaking about my experience, so I used to mention in all my interviews that I am a trained classical Bharatanatyam dancer, and in my free time, I used to do dance so that I could focus well in my studies as well. So, interviewers were actually very impressed by that, and they asked me various questions related to all the classical dance forms. So, I would suggest all my viewers that if you're appearing for any interview and if you mention any hobby, read about it, be thorough with your hobbies as well, and just go in the interview's head and think that what all questions that he can ask, because this is what interview is also interested in.
And yeah, exactly, well said. And so if you guys are having second thoughts about buying that guitar, buying that ukulele, attending a dance workshop, or even attending a singing audition somewhere in your city, like an Indian Idol or something, go out there, do it, do what you love, enjoy, but prepare for CAT as well. But also don't forget to put all of these achievements, all of those your likes, your whatever you like to do in your free time, hobbies into your CV, and
Yeah.
try and drive that interview forward along those lines as well.
So, Shubhadip, do you want to show the ukulele that you recently bought to our
I
viewers?
mean, ukulele. I think it has been. This is it. And after a lot of thought, I went and bought this ukulele. I wish I had done this earlier during my preparation days for CAT and MBA. So then I would have had a lot of more points to talk about during my interview. And I think so. What we mean to say is this is definitely going to help. And the more you share with the interviewer, the more you're open with the interviewer, the more you are able to share experiences with the interviewer will definitely be impressed, because it's not a job interview, it's an interview to get into the final round, final preschool, of your dreams. So they're not going to go and test your knowledge about everything out there. So they are going to see how you can handle MBA, how you can handle the MBA life, the campus life, out there, and contribute to different societies, different communities, different committees, clubs in the campus as well. So I think this has been something that we decided for the first video, and I urge you guys to go out there, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Let us know how you think about this video. Just let us know how you thought our video was. We would
And
love to know your
please,
thoughts.
exactly. And we would love to have your feedback. And we'll come up with the next video soon, I guess, Muskan.
Yes, very
Okay.
soon.